original street brothers, nigga. 11 years strong, nigga. I run the street don't run.
Because, wow. In case you have not seen, I know they don't let you put tweets up in spaces and showcase them no more. LaMelo Ball has now been traded, dog. Jeez. He's been traded for pretty much a few first round picks and a bag of basketballs, copy machine, some backwoods, uh, uh, you know what I mean, and probably a half. Oh man. I got so much to say, bro, but I'm trying to be careful. I'm still shocked. I wanted that man to retire in Charlotte or go play for the Lakers or the Clippers. Like, I don't know why I've always wanted to see LaMelo in the LA jersey. It just fits. Damn. I mean, this is good news for Knuckle and Brandon Miller, I guess. Heavy on the I guess, because I know they're probably pissed. Um, it's only right that I talk about the era in Charlotte first before I preview what may or may not happen in Minnesota. It's only right. I did it with Giannis. Every time a guy gets traded, I cover his tenure, I cover his era if he's a star in that city. And then we preview what's to come in the next situation. Out of star players, budding superstar players, unfortunately, out of real bona fide stars, we all know LaMelo is just about the biggest loser in the league that we can think of. Um, like I don't know if I know LaMelo never made the playoffs. Pretty crazy. Um, but dig this though, when he was coming into Charlotte, like wasteland. Like they weren't even super trash no more. They were just a wasteland. Like every guy that comes there is looking for the first ticket out, whether he's the 10th man or the fourth man. Like nobody wanted to play there. No one wanted to stay there. It was just bad. Um, and they had struck out on top picks before LaMelo. Like LaMelo, and they thought they was going. The crazy part is because of Lonzo and LeVar, they thought LaMelo was going to strike out too. You know, LaMelo proved to be an outlier. His carefree personality and his size allowed him to be an outlier for what he was destined for, and that was to not pan out. His situation, yeah, he didn't. I can truthfully say I've seen improvement in his leadership. I've seen improvement in his game situations and all of that. I've definitely seen him more focused on trying to be a better leader. But it's some things in the league that are relevant that the younger generation is really not acting like is relevant. And one of the biggest things is when you get paid, it's no time to put your feet up or say I have time when you get paid. Even though that doesn't make any sense because before you get paid, it feels like you don't have any time because you live in, like the rest of us down here, check to check. But when you get paid, that's when it's really time to turn the jets on and really, really, really show up and show out as far as your work ethic. Because, like, when they pay you that kind of money, you got what, 190 million, and I know it's not like it's egregious. It's not even egregious though. Like they owe him that. See, I don't want to get too crazy on his lack of winning and all of that because they went to several play-ins, so it wasn't like they was just total buns. I won't go that far, but when in his situation, when he gets paid, I know folks is gonna go back, especially God forbid, because I rock with LaMelo, I rock with the Ball family. Period. Um, especially God forbid his tenure don't work out in Minnesota, they're gonna go back and say, "Oh yeah, it was a mistake to pay him when he was in Charlotte," and that is the furthest thing from the truth. I am a firm believer if a dude helps you sell jerseys with your logo on it, if a guy's putting asses in seats, you pay him. That's it. That's all. You pay him. Now, when it's time to talk about that second contract, yeah, I'm looking at wins and losses because we've already established that you can help us make money. We've established that you've been compensated as such. So what LaMelo failed to understand is that contract, and that's why he didn't quite get 200 or nothing like that, because that contract was compensation for, the media money that they make off of LaMelo, the jerseys, the asses and seats. That's what that was for. The second go round is all for wins and losses, gang. And I know that they did not do an amazing job of putting talent around them. They ain't do like that, but they wasn't terrible. They weren't terrible per se, not at all. I don't. I do know why they didn't make it. I know why they ain't make it. Two reasons why they didn't make it. For one, Charlotte, being cheap. I mean, Terry Rozier, that was the best pickup they really got for him. That wasn't a draft pick, and that was a good pickup. Terry Rozier played his best basketball in Charlotte. But when you talk, and people love to say, "Oh, the East is easy." When you talking about getting out of the East, the East is only easy when you've got a Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges. I don't even know who's playing center field. Mason Plumlee, right? That only becomes easy to make it out of the East when you are a real generational talent. Because I'm gonna keep all the way with no defense and a 3-point shot, and passes the ball maybe less than Penny. He's not a generational talent. I know they say Penny was generational, but let's keep it on. He didn't have that run because of injuries. So I mean, since then, it's been 3 years. I don't know if this last year his deal or what. Three straight play-ins. You lose all of them. 2021 for me with the play-in stuff. It starts in 2021. There are several teams that need to send LaMelo a Rolex. You know what I mean? Send them a pinky ring, something. I don't know, because they got in the playoffs from having to play the Charlotte Hornets in the playoffs. Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, both owe LaMelo Ball a Rolex. Had we not played the Charlotte Hornets after narrowly beating the Indiana Pacers in the play-in, had we not played the Charlotte Hornets next, we would have been on the couch. I'm telling you, that team, they was cool to watch. They was cool, but they wasn't on nothing. When I say they wasn't on nothing, they wasn't on nothing. So that's LaMelo is the only way we get out of this. Because I don't know what it is with bro. He just cannot win the big game. You know, he can't go 2-0 in the play-in to save his life. He can't get a 7 seed in the play-in, so that way he only got to win one game to save his life. That is just lack of locking in on system. Like LaMelo plays too free. He's got too much of a carefree spirit. He don't execute game plan enough. And even when he's trying to execute the game plan, they're also in my point guard. I need my point guard to know when to say, "Give me the ball and get the hell out the way," and I need him to know when to tell a guy to get in position, the backdoor cut, set an off-ball screen, flare out on the wings. I need him to know when to do all of that. LaMelo don't have no sense of that. It's either, all right, cool, we gonna execute game plan. That's what I'm doing, and that's it. If it don't work, and the media asks me why we got our asses whooped, I'm just gonna say, hey, I did what coach told me to do. I'm not gonna act like I'm the $190 million man who they have no problem with me taking matters into my own hands. Or I'm just gonna come out as soon as tip off goes. I'm just gonna come out and do what I want to do. I'm a, behind the back, between the leg pass across the damn court. I'm going to shoot it from 50, even if he hits. It's detrimental to winning because your teammates know that that's what's going to happen, right? Anybody that's totally okay with that is not dedicated to winning. You don't got to say something. You don't got to confront them. You definitely don't got no rights to go do that to the franchise guy. But if you're just okay with that, it's absolutely no problem with it. You are not dedicated to winning. See, the younger generation, they be dedicated to playing well, dedicated to getting a bucket, being a bucket. Like, winning, win. As a franchise player, star player, superstar franchise player, Joe, win. It needs to be your priority. Because you're going to get paid, bruh. You're going to get paid. I assure you that. If you don't get paid, man, I, we'll talk about Isaiah Thomas. We'll talk about some guys who did indeed miss out on earnings that they deserve. But it's got to be already things not going in your favor for you to end up in that kind of scenario. So, out of LaMelo, bro, he did half of the job. I guess that's why they had no problem shipping him out. They get first round picks, man. They gonna start over, you know. And I thought that they weren't. I thought Melo had job security for real because they make some trades every now and then, but they're never good. They're either buns or they're like mediocre, right in the middle, playing team. So they've been getting picks. That's how they've been getting Brandon Miller, Knuckle, and all of that. They've been buns, or they've been getting picks. They've been bad enough to where they're getting quick. They're getting picks. So I'm thinking to myself like, oh, they're gonna subsequently put a super team around the, you know what I mean, sub subconsciously because they just keep getting good picks because they can't beat nobody. Whole time they just looking at it like, nah, we gonna triple up. Cause I think they should jump out the window and get Ian Jackson the top pick next year. If they're not, they done gone this road. Yeah, they need Ian Jackson if he's coming out of what's that, St. John's. Yeah, that needs to happen, right? But I guess there was no more job security, man. You cannot play, and I'm driving, bro. If I wasn't driving, y'all know I'm gonna go to the games. You can't go 1-1 or 0-2 in the play-in for 5 years straight. That just can't happen, bro. 5 years straight, that can't happen. Yeah, Gordon Hayward out there with you. You dig, man? They had a cool team. They should have at least snuck in one goddamn playoff over this course of this stretch. They should have snuck in there this season. I feel like them blowing it this season might have been the second most vindictive of his career. Because again, what in the hell? What the hell? Like, in Charlotte's eyes, I guess the way they see it, we paid him. He fulfilled his end of the deal, but he didn't fulfill his end of the deal to where we want to talk about talking a new deal. So we're gonna ship him out, but at least they shipped him to a good team, put him in a great situation. You know, I, let's talk about the preview in Minnesota now. The fun part. Honestly, person on some personnel shit, this is a match made in hell. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. This is a match made in hell. This is like Carmelo Anthony and Allen Iverson being on the same team. These two dudes do not need to be on the same team. I know Ant is about winning, but he ain't about winning to the point where he's willing to sacrifice lifestyle and things of that nature. He gonna Ant is the type of dude he gonna prepare how he prepares. He gonna watch tape. It's never he ain't never do too much of that. But anything outside of that, if he can't beat you, you got that shit, gang. That's pretty much how he go about it. You got it. I I don't necessarily think that a LaMelo ball is going to enhance competitiveness in the Anthony Edwards, Joe. I think that they're going to be probably the biggest show in the Northwest. There won't be any more must-see TV anywhere in the Northwest of the United States than LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards. I mean, it's cold. I'm just visualizing the visors, the VVS diamonds, the mink coats, the double R's, the Cybertron. I'm just picturing it all. He don't swing the rock. He don't do none of that. That's why ultimately playing point guard really just needs to be a secondary thing for him in this league. Let the boy go crazy at the shooting guard. Ant is got the size, got the bricks in his pocket to play small forward, and they just need to get a point guard. I'm gonna look and see who's gonna be a free agent this season, but they can get a point guard, up and coming young guy. Bench is still okay. The bench is okay. You can add a little something there. They sent out. Oh no, I'm tripping. They sent out Nas Reed. So they freed up some more money. They kind of freed up some more money. They kind of took on. Nah, because Nas ain't getting no 190. He got like 128. So never mind. So I guess that's where the capital went to. But I didn't see who they picked in the draft. They had a draft pick the other night. It all depends, man. It's a gamble. It's definitely a gamble. It just all depends on who else can they put in that situation. I would definitely get a point guard to start. I would not start LaMelo as the point. It's just me personally. I wouldn't do it. You know, I wouldn't do it. Distribution, like I can't. Yeah, I can't. I can't play games about the distro. Like everything's got to be kosher with the distro. You know, meaning, yeah, I got an Anthony Edwards. You know, I need my table set. I got Rob Dillingham. Um, maybe they try to let him start. I don't know. Yeah, I got Rob Dillingham. I got Ao, Dante DiVincenzo. I got guys who need the ball. There's not really a whole lot of ball stopping in this offense. Like, and he take whatever the defense giving him, he taking it. But on those possessions where he don't have nothing to take, he's moving the ball, finding the open man, or we starting a new play. If we got 14 seconds, 13 seconds, start a new play. Um, you got to get with that program. And Chris Finch is really not going to do it. He's not going to push that line. So it's going to be up to Ant and the rest of the team to make sure that he with that program. If he's a starting point guard on opening day, they're in trouble. He cannot play point on this team. He don't take ball distribution serious enough. He don't take offensive game plan serious enough. He cannot play point guard on this team. And you don't even got to play him at point guard. Man, LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards as a 2 and a 3 is like, boy, they get yeah. If them boys around them is playing defense, they rebounding, they got 3-point shooting. Man, they going to the finals. I don't know what's gonna happen after that, but they might go to. They could. They got that kind of potential. Got that kind of potential. I'll be. I'm the last thing I'm gonna say is he better not be bringing all of that loosey goosey. I don't care if we win or lose. Crap on over this Minnesota, man. It's a lot of real fans. It's a real Minneapolis is a real city. They don't got time for none of that. They don't. They don't got time for none of that. They trying to get a dub. They want a chip. For real, for real. That's what they want is a chip. And they got a superstar, big time superstar. I don't know if I'm gonna go as far as to say he a generational talent yet. He a big time superstar. Y'all have fun, man. Y'all chip. Have fun. Do what it do, bro. But remember, win. Hoops come first. X's and O's. Watch that film. All that shit you don't like to do. Do it. I want to see the brother win. I'm trying to see the brother Ball get some playoff taste so he can, yeah, get with the program. Like, stay down till you come up, my boy. You had your fun. Fun time. Have fun winning now. It's time to compete. To hell with the playing. Don't even think about playing no more. You know, hopefully, you and the play-in will not have much of a relationship during this tenure. I'm hoping this shit work out. I do. I hope it works out. It'll be like watching like KG, Spreewell, and Sam Cassell, but better. You know, Chris Finch, they might get him fired, even though he should low key be fired anyway. They might get Chris Finch fired, bro. If they not under control, if they just doing whatever they want to do and they not putting dubs up on the board like that, they gonna get Shorty fired. And they low key do need a different coach. Them two need somebody who gonna let it be known, yeah, we ain't rocking like that. Y'all boys is gonna be professionals until you're off the clock. Damn, bro. Everybody getting rid of their franchise guys. This is killing me. You know. Like, for what it's worth, LaMelo Ball is the only Hornets player I ever wanted a jersey for that I actually saw play in that uniform. I always wanted a Baron Davis jersey for the Hornets. And I want a BD Clippers John, I want a BD Warriors, Hornets, all that. But dig this. I didn't see BD. BD played for the Hornets in the early 2000s. I was a toddler. I ain't see that. You know, I rocked with Al Jefferson. I was an Al Jefferson guy. I never really wanted an Al Jefferson jersey, but I liked Al Jefferson. I thought he was ill. Like, to go watch them. I remember being downtown in Charlotte about 3 years ago now. And I'm like, damn, the Hornets playing? Nah, they was like, yeah, the Hornets is playing. This block will be flooded. I feel like that's worth noting. It's the Carolinas. It's kind of hard to get people to show up and show out. Definitely deserves credit for that. Giving giving the folks something to watch deserves credit for that. Again.